Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today. So thank you guys once again for joining in. Always a pleasure to have you. So definitely got some stocks to watch today. It is earnings. There's a lot of things that are popping up. There's a lot of people talking about the stock CHEK. GNPX is another one. So there's a lot going on, and we'll try and cover as most of it as we can. Other than that, there's not too much going on. So how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good morning? It is the start of a new month. So this is what I told everybody in our private group is to make sure you guys have a game plan or a goal in mind for what you would like to make this month. Again, for me, I have a goal in mind that I've set in place that I'm trying to hit. So again, everybody should have a goal in mind that they're trying to reach, because if you don't have a goal, then you're really just trading with no purpose, ideally. So important to make sure you have a goal. If that's going to be $50 a day, $100 a day, $1,000 a day, whatever it may be, make sure you do have a plan in place or a goal in mind that you could hit this month. That's my game plan, right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Start sharing my screen so you guys can see what it is that we are looking at. All right, here we go. That's the one. All right. So I guess the first one we can talk about is the stock CHEK. Yeah, we'll start there. Why not? So let's look at CHEK. This is a stock that's just kind of back and forth. It keeps getting pumped up. This is a stock that's being actively traded by day traders for the most part. Where the money at? So, all right, guys. So here's the deal. This is the stock CHEK. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people have traded it. Yesterday, it got halted a few times going up. So what I really want to mention is CHEK alone is not an easy stock to trade. To be quite honest, yesterday it didn't have really any good setup until later in the day towards the afternoon period, which would have been this play right there. Other than that, there really wasn't any good setup. I mean, it was primarily a short squeeze that led to a halt that ended up going up really choppy. Long story short, it's not an easy stock to trade, and you can't really get a good reading off of it. So if you're newer to trading, I honestly would recommend staying away from CHEK. Although it makes really good moves and you can make a lot of money, you can equally lose a lot of money. And it's not something that's very easy to trade from what I've experienced thus far when I've watched it. It is something to continue watching. I would say that it's not a bad idea to continue watching the stock. It's definitely at resistance from a previous day when it hit, an area of 15 bucks. So it's definitely towards a resistance area. And honestly, what I would do is if you plan on trading CHEK, I would just watch it because there's really no clear chart. I mean, it popped up, it comes down, it pops up, it comes down. I mean, there isn't a very clear identifiable pattern that's going on with it. So honestly, for those of you looking at trading CHEK, I would honestly just watch it for now. It's not giving much clear chart reading, and most of the moves that happen are short squeezes. So when I look at it, the only thing I can really see is I really can't tell you anything. I really don't know. It just chops back and forth. This is something that can only really be traded intraday. But I mean, if you look at yesterday on a 1-minute chart, there was like zero volume, nothing. Then all of a sudden pop and run. That was because it's short squeezed, right? So it's just not something that's very easy to trade. So for most of you guys, I would honestly say to stay away from CHEK. Next, I'm going to talk about HTBX. So HTBX is a stock that's taken off here pre-market. It started running, yesterday, right? So it popped up, it's continuing to run. So to be honest, this should be more on a short watch now rather than a long bias trade, because it's already up so much pre-market. There's a lot of people that are looking at shorting the stock already. Now, with that being said, this price is at 318, so it's like right here. So it has some room to run. It can run up to about $4. So CHK, or sorry, not CHK, HTBX has room to run up to about $4, but that's about it. So right now there's profit potential for about 80 cents a share to 90 cents a share from where it's at right now. And that's if it pops and runs out of the gate. It will most likely pop up somewhere to around $4, and then it would get stuffed and it'd probably get short sold like crazy. So again, if you're going to be looking at trading this, again, it's a lower float stock, so you do have to be careful. But I would say that right now, your only entry is going to be over the pre-market high right here. Right, so you have an entry over pre-market high, and that's just about it. That's exactly where you're going to play that. You'd play the breakout of the pre-market high with a target of $4. Take profits as you go up. But again, $4 is really the highest I see it going today, in my personal opinion. All right, so HTBX is on watch this morning, both short and both long over the pre-market high, and a short below the pre-market. Ooh, I don't want that. And a short below the pre-market support this morning. Okay, so then on to the next one, CMG. So this is a higher price stock, Chipotle. This is one we mentioned to keep on watch for short yesterday, and it dropped 10 points from 432 all the way to 419. It dropped almost 12 points yesterday. This stock is very extended. So if you look, it had that big gap of about $100 gap up. The support right now is at about 380. So it still has another $40 a share that it could easily start trickling down. So again, this is on heavy short watch. So I will be watching CMG short today. Ideally, you can't really short below yesterday's low because that's too far away from where it's at now. So you have to look for some little intra setup play to get in short when the bell opens, or once you've identified the direction or the pattern. It doesn't have to come down today, but I'm just going based off of previous history on the stock. It always tends to fill its gap. So at some point, I do believe Chipotle is going to come down to fill that gap. So it's about an $80 profit potential move. Okay. So with that, the next one we're going to watch is MU. Really like MU, probably to the downside. Probably going to be shorting this today. You can see here that it's just continuously dropping. It broke through the previous intraday support. So a couple days back, we had support on this candle and that candle around like $45. We just broke through that yesterday. Now we have room to run down to the 200 moving average. So there's profit potential for about, what, $3 a share, something like that, $2 or $3 a share down to 43. So it's got about a $2 or $3 profit potential down to the 200 moving average. All right, so that's what we're going to be watching today. Short is MU. You can already see it looks pretty weak out of the gates here. Not to mention, if you look at the market, the SPY, it's holding support around 264. So if the SPY starts moving up out of the gates, or if the SPY has a green day, then I'm going to be long bias on MU. If you don't know, MU tends to follow the same type of price direction and price action of the stock market. So if the stock market's moving up, MU is probably going to follow suit and continue moving up as well. All right, so MU we're going to be keeping on watch for a short. Ideally, you're just going to have to watch MU for the pre-market low breakdown, which it's already below the pre-market low. But again, that's something we're going to watch short. What else do we have here? There's a few other ones that I've come across, but I wasn't too crazy about. I'll talk about GNPX real fast. So GNPX is going to be getting hammered today. You'll most likely see GNPX come crashing down. So if you're trying to be long bias on this, that's not a good idea. This is most likely going to start dumping out today. And again, it trades on pretty low volume and it gets really choppy. So it's not necessarily something very easy for a beginner to trade. So if you're a beginner trying to trade GNPX, I would most likely tell you to stay away. All right. And those are all the stocks I'm watching. MU. Oh, forgot to mention the SPY. So yes, the SPY is holding support around 264. If you look at the daily chart, you'll see that MU is, or not MU, but the SPY is starting to roll over a little bit. like that. That's pretty bearish. Okay, so that looks pretty bearish to me. So I personally think, as I stated yesterday, we were going to have a red day. I think we're going to see another red day here, to be honest. There's a lot of resistance and like support in this previous area from about a month ago. And that's what's causing the price action to stay right in this area. But once we can finally break through that old support and resistance area, we should start seeing the market come down. All right, so definitely going to be short bias on the market today, or at least I want to be. And if we're short bias on the market, you should be thinking long bias on the things like TVIX. Okay. So next level I see as a critical level on the SPY is probably like 261 or 260. Where is that at? Yeah, like 260.54 right here. Right here, it's the 200 moving average and previous support from 2 candles. So right in this 261, 260 area, that's where I see the next critical bounce spot. And if and again, it might get a little choppy, right? It might start kind of just doing this today, all right, and then come down. But I see 260 as the next critical bounce spot on the market. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at, did I? Wow, yeah. So I must have had some pretty good earnings here. So, or I'd imagine so based on this pop we're seeing. So yeah, keep eye on watch as well. This price is way overextended, but a lot of people have been trying to short sell it. So if this thing doesn't start coming down, like yesterday, there's probably a lot of shorting. I know it was on short sell restriction a while back, but I think based on earnings, if this continues up, the stock I might see a really big squeeze today. So you can keep eye on watch for long today as well. What else we got? And there was one, who said it? What was it? MBII? Nope. RNC. RNC had a pretty big red day. Yeah, you could watch ARNC too. It's possible this is going to have a 2-day continuation to the downside, but right now, ARNC is kind of doing some U-shape, or not U-shape, but curling action. So it might go long, but I would say there might be a 2-day continuation on ARNC. NRE, just based on the volume, this is something you'd want to swing trade, not day trade. And it's up to a really big resistance spot, right up toward this $14 mark. So that's another key level to watch for up there. So NRE up at big time resistance, 52-week high. Is this OTC? No. EYPT, too low on volume to day trade, but this could be something you want to watch for a swing trade. It is a little extended. I would wait for the 9 moving average to catch up a little bit more. Then it might be a good time to get in long, possibly. To be honest, I would not. Shannon, I don't know. I've never received that error message when trying to place an order. AKAO. Let's see. AKAO starting to kind of break up over the 200 moving average. I would be long bias on AKAO. It gets a little choppy, sure. So maybe look at this as more of a swing trading stock than a day trading stock based on the volume right now. But again, it is starting to curl, right? You can see this. It was downtrending. Now it's starting to curl. And it's over that 200 moving average. So that actually looks pretty good for maybe a swing trade. GTBX. Oh, yeah, GTBX. GTBX is not a ticker. So unless it's not, if you figure it out, let me know. AQ had a big red day yesterday, or green day. That's pretty good. AQ. I would say AQ is probably going to stop. It's right at resistance, this 200 moving average. So I would say AQ is probably going to have a little bit of a red day or maybe a little bit of a pullback. That's kind of what I could see happening on AQ is a little bit of a red day today. Let's see, INGN. INGN, yeah, really big gap up this morning, but it's also very low on volume. So be a little hesitant on that. That gap up is just, there's no volume there. EBIO, sure, why not? So EBIO, this is a stock that continuously keeps getting pumped up from retail traders and novice traders, if you ask me. Everybody follows this because it's very low priced. Everybody follows this because it's probably the #1 talked about stock on StockTwits and every other trading chat room. That's primarily it. It just continuously is getting pumped up. But again, this is a penny stock, and it's most likely going to come crashing down here. So again, my thought process on EBIO is the same as it always has been, that it's overextended, and I wouldn't be buying it to the long side anymore. Again, right, look at this. It's really extended up. You can see it's all the way to 286, and the support is all the way at 223. So it has about 50 cents to come down before I'd even consider trying to buy that. Let me see, SQQ. SQQ did the same exact thing as TVIX. TVIX was just a little bit more choppy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's just not as much. It looks like maybe there's a little bit of a volume difference. But again, you guys got to understand those inverse ETFs, they all follow this. That's the volatility index. The volatility index is low. So that's why you're getting that chop play there. All right. What's this? TEAM. TEAM. This is a swing trading stock for me, at least. It wouldn't be a day trading stock. Let's see. Where's the price at? 57.50, 57.50, 57.50, 57. I would be neutral on this because the price is right here. I did draw that circle. So, I mean, it could possibly pop up to retest the high of 62.70. It's hard to tell, though, to be honest. It's been downtrending. I mean, yeah, if you look at like I don't know, actually. Let's see. To be honest, that's definitely looks very weak, to be honest. I would be more short bias on this for right now. It's definitely trending down. Yeah, I'd be short bias on that. X, I'll take a look at X. So is X still going down? Yeah, you can watch X. It's just starting to it's starting a small trend up here. Small trend up. Yeah. Well, this is also what we call the head and shoulders pattern, right? So this is a head and shoulders. I mentioned that weeks ago. So I would still be short bias on this for right now. Oh, Cat. I do want to take a look at Caterpillar. So Caterpillar's flirting with this 144, 145 area, right? Yeah, flirting with the 144, 145. If you look at a 5-day chart, it's just barely holding this 145 level. I think this thing's going to start heading down, especially if we start getting some red day in the market. I think Caterpillar is going to go like that. I think it's going to come down. So, anywho, that's all I got for you guys today. So hopefully those quick little run-throughs help you guys out a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. Not, kind of a all over the place watch list, but every day can't be perfect. So again, those are all the stocks I have. I would think Caterpillar short. Any of the stocks that I mentioned for you guys are looked at. Those are all just a quick technical analysis breakdown from what I see. But again, my main play today is going to be MU. A lot of the bigger price stocks. I'll keep an eye on CHEK just in case. I'll watch HTBX just in case. But again, a lot of the stocks I'm going to trade today are probably going to be higher priced. The penny stocks for me just haven't been. I mean, they've been there, but I don't know, man. They're just feels like months ago they were good, and recently they've just been choppy and super sketchy. So I don't know. I haven't really been messing with penny stocks as much lately, but when they're back and they're in steam, then I'll definitely be coming in. Ooh, CRK. Actually, I'm gonna look at that. I forgot to look at that yesterday. I think there's something about it. Also, CRK did pop like I was thinking. Yeah, I would watch CRK because it's still holding up. Keep a long bias opinion on that. Maybe I might hop on for just a little bit. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to Miami tomorrow, so I still got to do some packing, some shopping, some shaving, a haircut. I got to get my life together. That's why I get my life in order. Okay, guys, I got Miami and my life's out of place right now. I got to get my stuff together. And here's the other thing. Before I go, guys, like Tiny Trader just said, he said that he can only afford penny stocks or pennies, right? So let me put it this way. If you live in America and you have the option to trade on Robinhood, whether or not you have $10, $15, $100 in your account, you can afford to trade higher price stocks. This is going to be a quick lesson for you. The number one mistake or the number one biggest problem I think there is in the trading industry for beginners is they try and trade penny stocks. As bottom line, I think that's the biggest issue newer traders face is they're trading penny stocks. I don't have any issue with penny stocks. I love penny stocks, but as a newer trader, it's probably the worst thing you can do. I think it is. And I mean, I guess it could be, it's kind of opinionated in a way, but in reality, it's not. Penny stocks might honestly, they are honestly probably the worst decision you can make as a new trader to try and trade, because what's happening is, right, we're going to take a step back here for a second, right? So this is me, right? I'm Connor. Okay, guys, stay tuned. Don't leave yet. This will be a good lesson, right? So my name's Connor. I'm 24 years old. I just graduated college, or I'm still in college, and I want to start trading stocks. I want to get into day trading. Oh, well, I only have about $300, which isn't a whole lot of money, but it is enough money to get started. So I think what I should do is I should start trading penny stocks. Why would I trade a penny stock? Well, if I have $300 and I can buy AKER, ooh, everyone's talking about AKER. Must be a good stock. So let me trade AKER. It's only about 80 cents right now. I have $300 at 80 cents a share, $300 to spend. I can get myself a little bit more than 300 shares. I'll be able to come out about 300 and, I don't know, maybe 20 shares. If it moves $1, that means I'll make $320. That's the mindset of the new trader coming in trading penny stocks with low capital. They think of the monetary value or dollar amount that they can make based on the amount of money they have. And the only way you're going to make any significant money as a newer trader is by investing in a penny stock, something of low cost with high possible return. Okay? High possible return. All right? So that's what new traders do. They think to themselves, if I have this much money and I get this many shares and it goes up this much, then I'll make this much. When in reality, that's exactly right. But in reality, the stocks you're going to have to trade to do that are going to be, I don't even want to say more risky. They're just harder to trade. Okay. They're much harder to trade a low float stock. So if you're a trader, newer, beginner, and you're trying to trade a penny stock because of the money issue, you're already setting yourself up for a loss, because You should not be thinking about how much money you can make. Your first thought is to not lose money. So what you should be doing with that $300 or that $100, you should open up an account with Robinhood and you should start day trading or maybe even swing trading higher price stocks. Apple, Facebook, Nvidia, Tesla, MU, Google, it doesn't matter, right? Amazon, sure. But you're going to go, well, I can't make any money. I'm not going to make any money. Well, it's not about you making money. It's about proving to yourself that you'll actually one day be able to make money. If you can't make, if you can't consistently win on a high price stock, you're definitely going to lose on a penny stock. It's a fact for sure. I've been doing it for a long time. Believe me. If you can't consistently win on a high price stock, you're not going to consistently win on a penny stock. Okay. And if you're a newer trader, what's the rush? What is the rush? You're not going to get rich overnight. And if you think you are, then you're definitely going to lose, right? You're not going to get rich overnight. It's not going to happen. And it's definitely not going to happen with $300 or $500 or $1,000. Okay. What you should be doing is trading a higher price stock that's more reliable, a blue chip stock maybe, and just prove to yourself you can consistently win right there. Whether it's a 20-cent win, a dollar win, $2 win, it doesn't matter, because that 50-cent win, that $2 win, it's the same win as if you were trading a penny stock and winning. Sure, you may not make as much money, but if you can do it on a big price stock and you can consistently do it, start building a little bit of money, then sure, maybe give a penny stock a go. Try and trade that, but don't limit yourself just to penny stocks because of your capital. You're setting yourself up for a loss, I guarantee it. Let me go and read some of these comments. Hold on one second. Share size, yeah, it's about percentage gain. How much percent can you make on a trade, right? Things like that. So let me answer this question here, Abby, and then I'll get rock and rolling. So what type of stocks did you use to trade to build up your account? I traded everything. I did. Now, here's the other thing. I did it every single day. I never missed it. For like 4 years straight, I never missed a day in the market, not once. And I studied super hard. I traded penny stocks. I started trading penny stocks. And you know what? It was because of the low capital. I made that mistake of trading penny stocks because of low capital. Sure, I lost, and then I won, and then I lost, and I won. And eventually I gained my footing. But now when I look back at it, it would have been much easier to start off with the higher price stock, making zero money, but learning how to be consistent. Because if you're only buying a couple shares of a higher price stock, you're not going to really lose money. If you'll lose, but you're not going to be losing a lot of money. Whereas if you get into penny stock and you don't know what you're doing, you could lose a lot more just of those quick price fluctuations, holding the bag, things like that, right? So yeah, looking back now, I wish I would start in high price stock. So that's just all you got. You have to start. You're not going to build an account very fast with low money trading high price stocks. What you're going to do is you're going to teach yourself how to trade, how to be consistent, how to find stocks, the rules, the do's, the don'ts. And at that same time, you're going to have a part-time job, a full-time job, and you're going to continuously save money. You're going to continuously practice. And as your confidence builds, as you become better, more consistent, you will then start adding money that you're working for, maybe on a side job, a part-time job. You'll add that into your trading account. And then your trading account will grow, where your share size will grow. Then you'll start actually making a little bit of money when you trade. And it's a slow step process until you get to the point where you can maybe supplement your income with trading, okay? Or options, so there's a lot that goes into it, guys. Exactly. If you're a brand new trader, you should stay away, guaranteed. So with that being said, I am going to get back to the private group now. Again, our penny stock 15 sale, it's all completed, all done. So there's no more 50% off on the sale. But again, you can always join and into the Facebook group, things like that, all in the description box below. I will be, I won't be on tomorrow morning. I will be on an airplane tomorrow, so I won't be live streaming tomorrow, but I'll be on throughout the rest of the week. So everybody take care, stay tuned. Love you. Love to have you. Good to see you. I'll see you. All right, guys, take care.